Today I have the 2005 Pagani Zonda F by Almost Real Plus. Almost Real Plus is the top tier of their branding when it comes to their models. This model comes in a very nice box. It also has a certificate. This is a model of $399, so it is a limited edition model. It comes with a cover over the car. It comes with a polishing cloth, and it comes with 3 tools, including tweezers for the elaborate straps that you're going to see on this model. Hope you enjoy the review. This is the 2005 Zonda F. And this particular Pagani model is in the exposed gloss carbon fiber, and this thing looks glorious. It's very, very nice. Now, I've never really been a fan of the side profile of this particular car. I've always thought it looked awkward, but in other angles, I think it looks really great. Like here, for example, this front end, which was pretty much the exact same front that was used later on in their Wyra. So there's definitely some design cues that were enhanced later on. But I do like the car itself overall. So the shape is definitely like the real thing. The tires and wheels are very nicely detailed. They're all blacked out. The disc behind the wheel is carbon ceramic, and it's imitated pretty accurately. And then the print on the calipers is done well. You have the Pagani or Zonda print there, which is really nicely done. This model matches the real thing very accurately. There's not anything that I could identify that you wouldn't find on the real car that you wouldn't find here. So the front is very nicely done. There are the fog lights, which were really, really good, very accurate. The housings on these headlights is fantastic. It is a different texture of carbon fiber than the rest of the shell, which is very accurate. And I really do like that because it definitely shows the time and attention that was taken to get this model done accurately. The only thing I'm not too crazy about, or I would say is it's a minor shortfall, is the headlights themselves. They just do not look convincing to me. Moving on to the back of the model. I'm a big fan of any exotic or supercar that has the mesh in the back. So this is a true perforated grille, and it looks fantastic. Very accurate to the real thing. You have this quad exhaust, which is really nice, and you have this nice metal ring around the exhaust, which is used to protect from heat, and it looks really, really good. There's that exposed exhaust in the back there, and we'll definitely dig into that a little bit later. The only other shortfall is the lights again. So just like with the front headlights, the rear ones, the rear tail lights just do not look convincing to me. But it definitely doesn't take away from the rest of how outstanding this model is. Not by a long shot. This is a fully opening model, and it does come with a tool to open the parts, and the company gives very specific instructions on how to open this model, so you do have to pay attention and be very careful. This model has these strips that you see here, or straps I should say, and these straps are actually used to buckle into the car to keep this closed. So when you first get this model, they're laying flat out like this. Now I can tell you right away, and I probably said this for the first time with the gray version of this model, I don't plan to ever actually attempt to get these buckled in correctly. I just don't think it's worth it to do it. I really don't. And I think at some point, if you consistently use these, they're very delicate, by the way. I think they're going to tear off. But I'm going back to open the model. The operation is very easy. It's not, this part here is not loose at all. It's actually very, very firm, so you don't have to worry about it falling or closing on you. The doors, you definitely need to use a tool. I'm going to use my Auto Art tool. It does come with its own to pry the doors open. Now, another thing that is very specific in the instructions, so if you get one of these and you're super excited and you just want to open it right away, don't do that. You have to open the doors first before you open this back portion here. And there we are. And there we are. Fully open model. Now let's take a closer look. Taking a closer look at the interior of this model. As you can see, this is an extremely nicely detailed model. The entire tub of this car is carbon fiber, and it's duplicated very well here. You can see the carbon fiber throughout the door here. And just all of the details are there. I mean, everything that you'd want to see there. This trim here has a carbon fiber pattern on it. It's just very nice. You can see the 3 pedals there. Nicely done. You have your steering wheel as well. All your gauges, instrumentation. The drive shaft well is carbon fiber. If you didn't notice already, this is a right-hand drive car. So not only was this a variation of the Almost Real, they also had to change the tooling a little bit because the gray version was left-hand drive. So that's just going to add to the uniqueness of this particular version of this model. And yeah, you couldn't ask for more detail in the interior. The seats are really, really nice. They do not look like a hard plastic. They are, but they don't look like it. The material that they're using, it's just fantastic. And of course there are seat belts for this car or this model, and they're duplicated very nicely. You have the buckle and the seat belts right there. So it's there. Nice little photo etched buckle. But you do have the storage compartment. Oh, there is a bag in here and it is removable. So you have that as well. Again, you have the capability of strapping this in. I am never going to do that. Just going to keep you closed. Just taking a top view of the front section. And you can see there's plenty of detail there. You can see the shrouds of the fans. And of course they're laced, they're covered in carbon fiber. You have the wiring for the lights as well. So you do have that. What I really like is that both sides of the of the openings are still laced in carbon fiber. It's not just a flat black. A lesser model would not have that print go all the way through. But of course, in this model they do. You have those nice perforated grills there. Again, things that you wouldn't necessarily be too upset if they didn't have it, but you're glad that they did. I just can't get over how great those seats are in this model. Of course, you have a beautiful floor mat. It has a Pagani on there as well. As well as the door sill. Pagani. Now I know, let's get to what everyone's waiting for. It's another piece of protection there. And there you are. This beautiful AMG motor. And every possible detail that you would expect is there. It's just beautiful. You have wiring, you have suspension components, in which, by the way, the suspension is a functioning suspension. My favorite part of this model, the motor anyway, is definitely this titanium exhaust. Look at the beautiful detail in that exhaust. It's very realistic looking. You can tell you can see the discoloration from the heat. It's imitated perfectly. The exhaust down there, the white, and it's white because that's the protection that's coated onto the exhaust headers, and it's duplicated very nicely as well. This is just a great model. But yes, this is a working suspension. As you can see, the spring going up and down. Can do that for the other side as well. And there you are. And there you are, the 2005 Zonda F by Pagani, duplicated by Almost Real. And now to my conclusions. Hope you enjoyed the review of the Pagani Zonda F. It is a fantastic model. I did a review. It's actually it was my very first video for reviews, was their first version of this particular car. It was the 2005 Pagani F in that gray. So if you want to look back on that, that is actually the first video I did. But this model, just like with that one I did back then, is absolutely stunning. It's fantastic. It's a fully opening model. All the details are there. There's no disappointments. I was a little disappointed in the lighting, but I was quibbling. It's not really as bad as I probably made it out to be. Now, this model is hefty when it comes to price. These are ranging anywhere. I've seen them as low as 400 US. I've seen them as high as 450 US. So you are paying a lot for this model. But you also have a model that's almost, on the shell anyway, almost as good as a BBR, which is a sealed resin model. This thing opens up fully, and it's pretty much at the price of that resin BBR model. So that's saying a lot. So some people might scoff at the pricing, but you do have to take that in consideration that you're getting almost BBR quality, but you're getting a lot more content. I mean, a heck of a lot more content. This is a fully opening model, and it's not terribly done as far as the shut lines. I didn't mention that during the review. I don't think I needed to. You could see it. The model is really well made. So there's no complaints there. I know some of you are into values, and if you are, I definitely would give this the $4 sign. You can say that because this is a limited edition model. The carbon fiber on this model looks fantastic. It's not going to fade away. It's not going to peel like a certain model that recently came out, which is happening right now, and I'm not going to mention what that is. But this is a fantastic model. It is definitely going to go up in value. By the way, the original gray model is still available, and they are selling slowly, and it has a lot to do with the pricing. But even with those are gonna, once they're gone, they're gone. You're not gonna see them anymore, and they are gonna go up in value. So if you're looking for one of these and maybe don't want to pay the price for this carbon fiber model, get the gray one, because right now it's at a discount. I'm seeing them as low as $330 US. The original pricing for that model when it was first introduced was $425 US. So keep that in mind. Please like and subscribe. That's the best way I'm going to know you're enjoying these videos. It definitely motivates me to make more of them. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you next time.